Up on the wall at the bar, they say, you see this sucker, don't you take his check no more. He good for nothing, except talking trash. Don't you see paid cash? But my man Richie always hooked me up when nobody looking. And AJ's old lady fed me some home cooking, good looking out. I appreciate it, yeah, and that's the fact.
What's going on, guys? This is PJ Windle along with AJ Bafumo, and to our left we have the co-owner of Spellbound Brewing, John Companick. So, John, thank you for coming on in, spending some time with us. How are you?
Great to be here. Thanks. Doing very well. Just got finally got out here.
Very good.
Get you right up on the microphone there.
Yep.
All right, I'm on.
So, AJ, we're into
what's going
show
on?
number 6. Can you believe it's been like a month and a half?
No, I absolutely cannot believe it, but there's nothing better than getting together Monday, coming out here, hanging out with everyone, and talking about all things guy. We got a lot to go over this week. It's awesome to have John here with us.
Yep.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. You know what? We've had an action-packed week the last week. We had an incredible show, first of all, last Monday. We did the El Jefe challenge, so I want to say...
I don't want to talk about it.
I want to say congratulations to our champion, to Scott England out there. Congratulations to you, Scott.
All right.
And then I also want to give a hearty congratulations to our main man over here, AJ Bafumo. He wore the Captain America shirt. He did not disappoint. He finished within the allotted time. He muscled through. Definitely not without struggle. It was tough.
It was a beating. And I have to tell you the truth, if it wasn't for everyone out there, I was reading the comments, the 1-800 Uncle Ange.
Yep.
I was reading everyone. AJ, do it for us, and that's what got me through, PJ.
Beautiful.
It was a challenge.
So here's what I want you 10 or so viewers to do. I want you to just go ahead and share for AJ because he was a trooper last week. So share out the live feed. Let's get some viewership. And then we'll go ahead and then we'll start our interview. But first, I do want to let you guys know that we have a new long-term sponsor on the show. So I want to welcome once again. They brought in food a couple of weeks ago. But Cluck University out of Eatontown, we want to thank you for coming on board with the Essential Guys. So a hearty welcome to Cluck University.
All the way up to Seton Hall up in South Orange. Always love the Cluck here. A real staple of the Jersey Shore, real staple of the Jersey.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Cluck University. We're going to be doing a lot of real collaborative, fun things with them. One of them being toward the end of the month, we are going to do our next eating challenge. And little does AJ know he's going to be eating another 5 pounds of food. No, I'm just kidding. This time I'm going to jump in, and AJ's going to get to the hosting duties for that one. We're going to do a couple of different contests. One of them is going to be a heat contest where we can see who can handle the heat along with me. And then the other one is going to be a speed challenge for the wings. So we're going to see who can eat 12 to 15 wings the fastest.
Hey, where's my invite?
You are absolutely invited. If you want to come, come by.
You're coming down. I just want to know why I got to eat 18 pounds of El Jefe and PJ's going to have 15 wings.
If you want, we can do a hearty amount of wings. I'm fine with that. That's no problem. But the heat, I know, is brutal.
Mike, I got 2 comments so far from Mike and from Nikki that my mic isn't working. You want to look into that? And guys, just stay on top of that. We'll keep going.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for letting us know. In the meantime, so there's one thing that I definitely want to talk about. Lou Neglia from Ring of Combat. He was awesome enough to give me and AJ some tickets to go down, see the Ring of Combat. And then, he was kind enough to put us ringside. We got to meet the man from the UFC, Dana White. Which was just absolutely incredible, standing literally a foot away from a guy who's worth $500 million, which is pretty cool. There were 5 championship fights for Ring of Combat, which was really, really cool. So you can see on your screen right there once again. That was a success. That was a really fun show. And AJ, we were treated like royalty down there, right?
It was really amazing. Thank you so much to Lou. Thank you so much to Chris Giordano, also with Ring of Combat that had us down there. And PJ, I got to tell you the truth. It was very, very entertaining. It was a very good experience. I've never been to a live MMA before, And from the moment we sat down until the very end, I have to tell you the truth, I was very much entertained.
Absolutely.
Very pleased. Lou, you ran an unbelievable event. And we can't wait to go back. I believe Lou is bringing us back in September.
Yeah.
And we'll have some ticket giveaways for everyone out there.
So, Mike, there's
stay
one other
tuned,
thing
please.
I want to ask you. Is the lead-in music still playing? People are saying AJ still has no mic and the lead-in music is still playing. So we'll get that fixed. We'll work on that, guys. So in the meantime, I want to talk a little bit more about Ring of Combat. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I said, in September, we're going to be going back down there, which means that we're going to be bringing some of you down there. We're going to be giving away tickets to the next event. And then other than that, we're going to do a lot with Ring of Combat. So we're going to be doing interviews. We're going to be having some fun with those guys.
Such a classy organization, really unbelievable organization from top to bottom. Just when you walk in the place, you sense it's a very well-run show. All of the fighters, what a tremendous show they all put on. Great shape, great fights. We had a great night. We'd love to bring you out there next time.
Yeah, absolutely. So another thing that you see is that we have subs in front of us. We have Jersey Mike subs who has provided us with a nice big pack of subs this evening. Jersey Mike's was kind enough to deliver that to us about 10 minutes ago.
That's
so
right.
we want to thank Jersey Mike's for doing that. The Freehold location is the one that delivered that for us.
Thank you very much to Brandon, the driver.
Very, very
Brandon
much.
brought that
We
out here.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
I do want to let
Big
you know
thanks,
that
Jersey
there
Mike's.
are 2 new Jersey Mike's locations. Now, they sprout up like crazy. This company is growing like wildfire. So there's a new location popping up in Neptune and another one in Chatham up in North Jersey. So there's 2 really cool locations that are going to be popping on up with Jersey Mike's. So thank you once again for delivering this awesome food. We can't wait to eat it. We've got some people tapping on in. Mitchell Thompson checking in. Made it happen. Good for you. He is from Jersey Mike's. So Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you very much,
I
Mitch.
reached out to Mitch earlier in the week, and I got to sync up with one of his guys that was the head of the New Jersey franchises, and he put us in contact with the Freehold location. And he made it happen today. So we thank you guys for it. We really, really appreciate it. So once again, I want you guys to share, but I'd like you to put up at the top, thank you, Jersey Mike's, and then share it on out. So if you could do that. I am going to give something away because that's what we do on Essential Guy Talk. We give things away to all of you out there. So we are going to give away a $25 gift card, gift certificates. They're in $5 increments, but we're going to give you $25 worth. And that is going to be for Cluck University of Eatontown. So share the live feed, and once you've shared the live feed, I want you to come back and I want you to say, Cluck you, I'm in, right in the live comments. We actually have my street team helping me out today. Nuno Rodriguez is out there. He is trolling the comments, and he is going to make sure that we have everybody that has entered the contest has been registered, and we make sure that we get you guys in. And then we're going to give away an awesome package from Cluck You. So that'll be a $25 gift card.
Good looking out, Nuno. Appreciate what you're doing out there.
Yeah, thank you. And Nikki Benke says, I want to win one of these days. A lot of people want to win, Nikki, for sure. We've only had a handful of winners so far, but we are going to be giving stuff away every single week. We have our first entrant. We have Steve Dassing. He said, Cluck You, I'm in. And I can't just stare at beer anymore without opening it.
All right.
So John Companick is here once again, the owner of Spellbound, one of the owners. There's 3 of them, right, John?
Yep. Mike Oliver and Scott Redding are the other 2 owners that are they're back manning the shop today. So.
Very cool. So
they're manning the shop, so you could join everyone here in Essential Guy Talk.
There you go.
And drink beer.
And drink some beer.
So I am going to open Spellbound Brewing's Peach IPA. It's actually one of my favorites, not just because it's local, because it's terrifically made, and I really, really like it. It's a cool style. So, John, tell us a little bit about Spellbound themselves, where they're located, and how long you've been in business.
Well, I will start opening a Cherry Belgian Triple as I'm speaking.
There you go.
We are located in Mount Holly, New Jersey. So we opened our place in October 2014. Took about a year and a month for build out to get everything set up, get our permits. And essentially we are a 20-barrel brew house. We have 7 40-barrel fermenters. So every time we brew, we're brewing about 620 gallons at a time. So this is a drop in the bucket. So drink up. But from that standpoint, yeah, we 7 40-barrel fermenters, 2 40-barrel bright tanks, an 80-barrel bright tank as well. That's mostly dedicated to IPA production, as IPAs are by far the #1 craft beer style in America.
Yeah.
But we also have a canning line in-house, so we can our beer in-house. I don't have any of the printed cans with me for the IPA, the porter, and the pale. They're the ones you regularly would see on the shelf.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we do have some that we do very limited amounts get outside, but that we do that are brewery only, like the peach IPA, for example, in cans. Generally, people only see it on tap, so have my
Yeah, you
little,
brought that with
tap
you.
handle prop.
Tap
although
handle.
it's a
Let me
cherry
see it.
triple.
Hand that over. Let me take a look at that.
So
It's
guys,
a
if you,
shillelagh.
there you go. So if you get out to a bar and you see this crescent moon logo, you know Spellbound is on tap, and I need you to go ahead and try it. If you've never tried it before, I guarantee you're going to find something that you like on the
Check
Spellbound
that out, PJ. That's
spectrum
pretty
here.
cool.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool tap handle. I love it. So this is the Belgian triple cherry. Very nice.
Stephanie writes, everything Spellbound makes is great. Love you guys.
Is that Stephanie Soden?
Oh,
Stephanie
thank you,
Soden.
Stephanie.
Yeah,
Thank you
she's
so
a
much.
big time supporter of Spellbound. She always thumbs up anything that we say about Spellbound. That's awesome.
Yes, she does. She is
Eric
fantastic.
writes, the website beer selection looks delicious.
Thank you. I swear it is, too. You got to come by the brewery. We're open, 5 days a week, actually. That's another announcement. We just announced that we are now open on Wednesdays from 4 to 9.
Wow.
There you go.
Wednesday,
That's awesome.
4 to 9.
Yep.
Good.
So first time really made an announcement about that. But Wednesday 4 to 9, Thursday and Friday 4 to 9 or 4 to 10. Saturday we were open from 12 to 8, and Sundays from 12 to 5. We do tours. You know, in New Jersey, you have to do a tour before you can drink beer.
Yeah, I think Jimmy
Yep.
brought that up, right?
Yeah, he was saying that some of the laws are just so wacky the way that they're written that you literally can just hand a pamphlet and you can say look around, and you can do a self-guided tour. And then there's times where they put limits and restrictions on how long you're allowed to be at the brewery before they consider it, too long, and you have to either get another tour. There's real wacky rules in New Jersey for those types of things.
You literally could have a whole show with breweries in here just talking about the fun we've had with the laws.
So AJ, you're gonna get a kick out of this real quick. My wife said that my little boy is stomping around the house bare-assed, singing the theme song. Na 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 na. That is a catchy theme song, is it not? Right?
Keep going,
Thanks,
Liam.
Jim. Thanks, Mike.
You're the man, Liam. Go ahead.
Thank you, buddy. All right, so
Real quick, Jimmy House writes that his favorite over there at Spellbound is the Porter on Palo Santo.
yes,
the
yes.
Porter-
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, kind of like that one. That actually was a beer that, there's another brewery that has a Palo Santo beer. I won't name. But anyway, we were always big fans of it. And
Right.
so we figured, the porter's, pretty robust. It'll hold up to, aging it on anything.
Right.
So we decided, we'll give it a try just for the tasting room. We did a pilot batch of a porter. We aged it on Palo Santo sticks. It's like literally these little tiny sticks. We can't afford to buy entire fermenters out of it. Right. So we put it on. We tasted it. We're like, wow, this is pretty good. It's coconutty. It's got a little bit of a black licorice taste to it. We're like, pretty good. We put it on tap. Sold through it all. So
Yeah.
we're like, all right, let's do it again. So we did that literally like 4 times in a row. Finally, we're like, hey, I think it's time for us to scale up. I mean, our
It made it to the big leagues.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that,
it sure
and,
has.
And then, so we're sitting there working our first GABFs in October. So we were less than a year old, and we're sitting there working at the brewery, and all of a sudden, we entered beer GABF, and somebody texted, our friend Kate texted, hey, you just won a GABF Silver, Great American Beer Fest, which basically that's like the Olympics for a brewery.
Right.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
yeah, so we're sitting there like, oh, come on, we know her. Like, you're messing around. So, but then all of a sudden we started to see all these texts coming in, congratulating us. Like, holy cow, I can't believe we got a medal. Crazy part is that beer that we sent was about 8 months old.
Really?
So the beer ages really well. We canned it one time. We haven't done it since. We will do it again. We promise. But if you ever see it on tap, we always have it on at the brewery. It is a must-have. We would have a riot with some of our regular customers. So
Yeah, I've had it before, and it's just so good. And every time a buddy of mine has an extra one kind of floating around, and I'm able to snag it, I'm so happy to do so. So that one's a definite fan favorite for sure.
Real quick, PJ, Chef Lou is out there. Chef Lou, thanks for tuning in
That's
tonight.
right.
Good
So
to see you.
in the comments, J.R. Lou Smith. He is Chef Lou that we refer to all the time over at Blend on Main in Manasquan. He was kind enough to put together that tomahawk steak dinner, that 50-ounce tomahawk for 2. And I do want to let you guys know that we are still running the tomahawk giveaway. We have not picked a winner yet. That'll be picked on random selection on Wednesday evening. I think it's around the 7 o'clock hour that it's set in the evening to select it automatically. But I do want to let you guys know that if you've yet to enter the contest, please make sure you go to the Essential Guy Talk Facebook page. First of all, give us a like if you've not done that yet. And the reason that I want you guys to give us a like is not just for status, but it's to let you guys know exactly when we go live. Because we don't just go live on Monday nights. We go live sometimes throughout the week. On the weekends, we do some fun extra things, especially, you know, for instance, when I go to Spellbound next time, I'm going to go live. And I want you guys to check on in, see what you're missing, and then get down to Spellbound and say hi to John when you're there. So when we go live, you'll get an immediate alert that tells you so, as long as you have liked the page. So that's the reason for that. But if you scroll down the page, you will see Tomahawk Meal for 2. And you can go ahead and you can enter that. You click the link, you enter, and then all of a sudden now you can be in for a steak dinner for 2.
Now you're in for the tomahawk steak for 2. Take it from us. I think you guys saw it. It was amazing. We would love nothing more than for you to experience that tomahawk steak. And Nikki writes down there, need to get to Jersey. PJ, I can't tell you where I've shared that and where my friends have popped in and how many people from across the country, California, Texas, have told me, I wish I could get to Jersey just for that tomahawk steak. So definitely get in that contest. And Chef Lou, thank you so much for offering that out to everyone.
Thanks so much,
on
Chef Lou.
Guy Talk.
So a little quick story about Blend on Main. So we did this giveaway, and a buddy of mine just celebrated his anniversary over the weekend, and he decided that he could not wait any longer for if he won this tomahawk steak. He was like, man, I got to get in there. I got to try this for myself. So he heads on in this weekend to Blend on Main. He gets the tomahawk meal for 2. He and his wife just have an absolute blast. So he goes in, he tries it. He now says it's like one of his favorite meals, one of his favorite places. So that just goes to show you that advertising and that specific video itself, it's working. It's getting you guys jazzed up about the food. And we're excited that you guys are participating and you're supporting people like Chef Lou and Spellbound. I hope you guys go in there and you say that you saw him on Essential Guy Talk. We would love to have you guys go and support the people that come here and support us. So thank you very much.
Well, listen, we like to eat and drink. Everyone out there likes to eat and drink, right? John, you like to eat and drink, don't you?
Amen.
Speaking of drink, tell me, what do you have over there? You told me a little about a pale ale before we got started here. My glass is empty.
Oh, all right. So anyway, I thought we would just go to a barley wine next, 10%, knock you out. Then we can finish the podcast without you. But.
That's it. You give AJ one glass of barley wine, and we are doing the show. Me and John and AJ snoring in the corner.
This pail's going to last till about 9:15.
Yeah, Nuno knows that. He'll be looking for it. He'll be saying, AJ hasn't taken a sip anytime recently. He's all over that. So
of course, I have my high-class drinking glass here.
Yep.
Hey, that is a proper glass for a pale ale. Or
that's what I
IPA.
say.
Yeah.
We got Mike out there wants me drinking out of a red Solo cup.
He says it doesn't matter, but it's all psychosomatic. It's if you think it matters, it absolutely matters, and if you don't think,
what are you trying to put me out for a week?
There you
go.
go.
Oh, come on, 5.5. You can handle that. You can handle a tomahawk steak. You can't handle a little cup of beer.
Give it to him, John. Tell him how it is.
That tomahawk steak was practice for me.
So, guys, I want to let you know if you want in on the Cluck You $25 giveaway. Cheers, buddy. Absolutely. Salute.
Salud.
So if you would like to get in on the $25 Cluck You gift certificate, if you're anywhere near Eatontown, New Jersey, I want you to say Cluck You, I'm in, and Nuno will take down your name, and we'll see if you're the winner in about 5 minutes. You can see the countdown on the clock now. 5 minutes left in that one. So 5 minutes. We need you guys. Cluck You, I'm in, and make sure you share when you do that.
We got Andre from Seton Hall. Fi Andre. Joe Chambrone, Anthony Fabry just getting in here. Guys, jump in on that Cluck You. Let's hear Cluck You, I'm in. We're giving away $25 Cluck You gift cards. Yep. Thank you so much, Bill. Cluck You over at Eatontown. Cluck You is unbelievable. Please get in on this gift card.
All right. So, John, tell us a little bit about the 3 owners and, what their day-to-day job is and what yours is there.
Well, just to go back, Mike I've known pretty much all my life. We've been friends for a long, long time. Scott, we were introduced in homebrew circles. So basically, yeah, I don't even keep track anymore. It's 8 or 10 years ago we had met Scott just at a place called High Street Grill in Mount Holly. They used to do like a little homebrew challenge kind of thing, and we would enter and he would win every time. And one of the beers he would always win with is our porter.
Very cool.
And that's our same base porter that we have that's in the cans, the same one that we use for the Palo Santo.
That's great. Great.
So we decided that, like most homebrewers do, we would get together, we would drink beers, we would share our beers, we would basically get drunk and we would all sit there, oh, we should open a brewery, we could do it too. And, after doing that about 50 times, rinse, repeat, you wake up the next day, you forget about the conversation.
Yep.
It's like, all right, at this point, it's like, hey, you know what? We should sit down and actually see if we could do this. Like, we don't always, for the rest of our lives, we don't want to work for somebody else.
Right.
So, the goal is everybody wants to open a brewery. If you brew beer, you want to open a brewery, it's automatic.
That's the end game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the end game.
So what we did is we sat down, and it was June of 2011. So, oh my gosh, that was a long time ago already. I actually think it was June.
It goes fast, right?
Yeah, it does.
It goes really fast, yeah.
But we had one rule. It was like, and if anybody's looking to open a brewery, go ahead. If anybody's looking to open a brewery, one thing we recommend is when you get together, don't drink beer. So we would get together, we would try to work on the business plan, sit there for a couple of hours, and after we were done, we just moved the needle a little bit each time we got together each week. But after we're done, we would drink, of course. But we figured we could do it. So we decided, all right, let's take a look, try to find a building, a space, what it takes, and it takes a lot. Right. But from that standpoint, it got us to where we are at right today. But Mike, right now, Mike and Scott both work there. They're full-time. So they are there every day. Mike was the first one to be able to leave his day job. So everybody who buys our beer, thank you so much. We're getting there.
Yep.
Then Scott was the next one to leave, and he's there full-time as well. So then I basically sub in on nights and then on weekends. So that's
Nice.
That's kind of the start.
This is an interesting question I have here because I'm in business for myself. PJ's in business for himself. The challenges that come up that you never even dream of when you open up. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us what are some of give us one challenge that you never even dreamed of, that you open up this brewery, you get involved, and then all of a sudden you say, oh yeah, we forgot about that.
Let's see. Well, where do we start? Well, financing.
How much time we got, right?
Yeah, financing. No, floors. Who would expect that floors would be such a challenge?
Yeah.
Pitching a floor so water runs to the drain, like something simple.
Yep.
And it's amazing how much money it costs to put in a floor, something you're standing on.
Sure.
And just, making sure the coating's on there, the epoxy, and we have this Ucrete stuff, but literally a floor drain, like simple things. You cannot believe how expensive anything dealing with concrete.
Well, you also have to be prepared for both the hot and the cold aspects of brewing, right? So you need a floor that's a little bit more heavy density and can handle the heat changes.
Yes, right? And don't forget, these tanks that are holding, roughly 1,300 gallons
I was about to bring up the weight. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's dead weight too, because the liquid is pushing down on that ground.
Absolutely,
You got it. Electrical, you name it. But basically, from that standpoint, we were told by somebody that you already have talked about the brewery, Michael Kane, actually. He told us, he's like, any day you're writing a check for less than $10,000 is a good day. And we believe that because stainless steel is as expensive as buying a diamond. It's absolutely ridiculous.
That's crazy. And you're buying everything in America. You're not getting it shipped overseas, I'm sure. So it's going to be even more expensive to pay those costs.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that we could pick out that were unexpected. Although we thought we had everything in the world in the business plan, we overthought the business plan to a degree, and in a good way. So we were kind of prepared, but then there were a lot of surprises. So
cool.
PJ, real quick, I do want to say that Eric Scheffler is joining us tonight. Eric Scheffler is running for sheriff of Atlantic County.
All right. Cheers to you.
A friend of the show. Cheers to Eric. A friend of the show, and we're very confident he's the man that could clean things up. I've said it before. His policy on how he's going to reform criminals is unbelievable. It's revolutionary. So here's to Eric, Atlantic County Sheriff.
There you go. Absolutely. And we had Kate May on a couple of weeks ago, and he checked in with us. So that was the perfect time to be talking, about him and what he's doing. So that's awesome. So cheers to you. Yeah, so some of the other things that you're doing, what is on the radar?
Sorry, PJ. They want to know what I'm eating. Go ahead.
That's funny. Yeah, everybody always wants to know what we're digging into. So if you didn't tune in before and you're just jumping on in, what we're doing is we're chowing down on some Jersey Mike's subs. Anybody who is a local to New Jersey probably knows Jersey Mike's, but Jersey Mike's was cool enough to deliver us some food tonight. So we've got a bunch of different, an array of different foods here. All subs, but I'm working on the club because that's my favorite sub that they make. So
a real taste of the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to talk about entrepreneur from New Jersey, the Cancro family, they went to Wall High School where I went to Wall High School. The Sons did, and the Cancro family owns Jersey Mike's, and they started the first one I think back in the 70s. And,
yeah, I think you're right.
And it just exploded. And now that I think there's something like in the mid 100s for amounts of locations that are opening up or have opened up.
Wow.
I think Canada,
Australia,
right?
they're all over the place. Yeah.
They're global.
So Mitch, you're in the room, or you were in the room. If you're in, tell me how many current locations they have right now at this point. I'm sure it's something absurd that I'm not even close to. But Jersey Mike's is everywhere. So. Okay, so we have 1 minute on the clock for Cluck You. I want you guys to say Cluck You, I'm in. You got 1 minute left. Get in on a $25 gift certificate to Cluck You in Eatontown. It is the one that's on the corner of 36 and what's that other road?
35.
36 and 35.
Yeah.
That's
right across from the mall.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of my stomping grounds growing up. I used to go there all the time. So say Jersey Mike's, I'm in.
I do believe that is the first Cluck You. Am I mistaken about that, PJ?
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not 100% either, but I do think so. If I can't think of any that came up before Eatontown. I don't know
so
if you're
Nikki
from up this
Benke
way.
says, we have Jersey Mike's here in Wisconsin.
Jersey Mike is in Wisconsin.
That is explaining exactly what I'm talking about. They
Right.
just exploded all over the map. I mean, the fact that you can find it in Wisconsin and it is New Jersey specific subs, that's so awesome.
That's Nikki, let us know if you've been there. I mean, that's a real taste of the Jersey Shore right there.
Yeah, if you haven't been there yet, go there and enjoy a sub and then take a picture with it.
The northern New Jersey sub is a little different. It's got more of the crusty bread, the more authentic Italian bread.
Right.
But Jersey Mike's is a real taste of the Jersey Shore. I mean,
It really tastes like you're at the beach.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's the whole vision, the whole culture behind that.
You bite into that, you think you're at the beach having a sub.
Yep. So, all right, we just got down to zeros on Cluck You Chicken. So, AJ, you hold it down for just a moment. I'm going to chat with Nuno.
I'm going to hold it down. He's going to chat with Nuno. Nuno did a heck of a job with this. Susan just got back to me. New Brunswick, New Jersey was the first Cluck You. Have you had Cluck You, John?
Oh, absolutely.
You have,
yeah,
huh?
Their wings, absolutely amazing there. Do they still do like thermonuclear sauce?
They
all
do.
that fun
They do
stuff?
the thermonuclear.
Yes, that's my favorite sauce on the
PJ's
planet.
favorite. I had a taste of some thermonuclear a few weeks ago. Where are the Cluck You locations down by you?
Actually, this one was in like Trenton, Hamilton area. It
Yeah.
was on Broad Street.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's there anymore, but that was the first one that we had ever seen. That would be like the place. Actually, me and Mike, one of the owners, and,
Right.
and my brother would go there a lot of time late nights. Like, hey, let's go get some Cluck You. Yeah.
What do you like? The wings? You like the bite? I'm a breast bite guy. What do you like? The breast bites, wings?
We do it all, but I mean, from that standpoint, the sauces were amazing. Like thermonuclear actually is my favorite sauce.
That's
like,
your favorite.
That might be my
Me
favorite
too.
Yeah, me too.
on the whole planet. I'm not kidding. It is so good. But
I completely agree. I eat that like it's basically spicy ketchup. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. I love it. And then I go there with other people and I'll get it and I'll give them one of mine. And then they're
Right.
like, what the hell are you eating? And I'm like, it doesn't taste hot to me anymore. Is it the same with you?
oh, absolutely. And it was funny. We used to go in and we would actually get extra like containers, almost like the size
Right.
of the little pickle container here. But basically, it's like 50 cents more for a little bit more. We'd go in there and we'd get like 4 or 5 of them just for the wings that we're having. Like the people behind are like,
drench it in the thermonuclear.
Yeah, people are like, what is wrong with you? It's like,
So I have the winner for our Cluck You gift.
All right, here we go.
gift certificate.
Who's eating some wings?
So it was a guy that I talked about before who is a representative of Jersey Mike's, Mitchell Thompson. Congratulations to Mitch. You are taking home $25 courtesy of Cluck You
Hey,
in
Mitch has
Eatontown.
got to eat too.
Absolutely.
Mitch
he
has got to
does.
eat too.
So cheers to you, Mitch. Next time you're down and in town, he's born and raised in Wall Township, and then he lives part-time up in Connecticut. I know he spends a lot of time back here on the Jersey Shore. So you're going to get some Cluck U. So courtesy of Cluck U, $25 in gift certificates for you.
That is awesome.
So Susan Ellsworth, who is the wife of the husband and wife team that owns Cluck U in Eatontown, she's in the room. So Susan, take good care of Mitch when he comes on in on our behalf. So thank you very much for giving us $25 to give away. We appreciate
That's right,
that.
Mitch. Tell him the essential guy sent you.
Yep, absolutely. So getting back to Spellbound. Spellbound has made some really incredible beers in the couple of years that you guys have been around, and I've been really excited about you guys for a while. And one of the beers that's coming up, you let me know about. Why don't you tell everybody what your next beer to come out is? I believe you have it in a
Yes,
a jar
I have some in the growler. How are you doing with your beer over there?
I'm ready. I'm ready
All
to
right,
rock and
hang
roll.
on. I'm going to pass this down to you. Come on, you can do it. I mean,
How we do it? Here, bring it around this way.
There we go.
Yeah, bring it around here.
Yeah. Product placement there, little logo.
I
Yeah.
got it. There we go. So everyone can see that. Oh, look at that. Do I have a logo over here?
Yep.
Yes,
All
It's
right.
looking good. So give me a little 45-degree pour there.
There we go. Look at that.
You're doing better than I did. So this beer is
I don't need a half-empty glass. The half-empty glass means you're wasting room. All right, so we're bubbled
excellent.
up. All right, so tell us a little bit about what we just poured in the glass here.
Okay, so we have another announcement for the Essential Guy talk show. The next beer that we will be canning, that will be initially it'll be a brewery only kind of release, and it's a good way for us to do like a test bed. It will be our Major Nelson Pale Ale. One of our friends, patrons, Art. He came in one day and he's like, we use a lot of Nelson solvent hops, which is highly sought after hop in the beer. We had a little bit of Citra, a little bit of Mosaic hop, so it's very tropical, fruity hops with a little bit of grapefruit. But the Major Nelson Pale Ale, the label, I think you can see right now.
Yep.
So this is the next can that you will be seeing at the brewery. We're hoping to have it in probably at some point in about a month and a half. We're waiting for label approval with the government, but it's 5.5%, very light, easy drinking.
I love the smell.
Yeah,
I love
very-
the nose. Very tropical.
Yes, very hop forward, but we have it on tap at the brewery most of the time. But we decided that this is one of those ones like, hey, you know what?
Wow.
We ripped through it so fast that we had to scale it
You
up.
have to, yeah, absolutely.
So we're doing a 40-barrel batch of it. We'll see how it does, but we'll have a case release. So just, take a look for us online. We're on that social media thing. The internet. But anyway.
The internet.
Yeah. So yes. So that's going to be our next big release. We can't wait. I mean, it's one of our, like all three of us, it's Scott, Mike, and myself. It's one of our favorite beers. So it's one of those things we're like, wow,
I think it's
we brewed
quickly
this?
going to become one of my favorite beers because I just got one sip, and what it reminds me of is like a very easy to drink Fortunate Islands from modern times, just in the nose and the overall smell quality. Have you ever had that beer before?
I have, but I unfortunately don't remember it because I had other things after that.
But they're not as much grapefruit, but this is grapefruit, right?
Yeah, it's very. That's a lot from the Mosaic hop that it really kicks in that. But even like the Citra hops,
Wow.
Unfortunately, with those hops, they're also very difficult to source for a brewery,
Right,
and they're expensive.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a whole thing. You could spend a whole show talking about hops and trying to find them. So yes. So if anybody ever has any questions about opening a brewery, that's another thing that we didn't expect.
Right.
How hard it would be to source hops. So
Wow.
Yes.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? And some of the hop, the African hops are now being bogarted by AB InBev, right? AB InBev now owns like basically the production on one set of hops and won't let anybody else buy them. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, it's kind of it's not a double-edged thing, but I mean, realistically, these are hops that not many breweries actually use. So, I mean, it may be something
It's
that's
a little
up and
more
coming.
of like a glamour hop, like not a lot of people are using it every day in their beer.
No, they're really not that available. So a lot of it is more on the bittering side of things. Like you're not going to get all that fragrant hop aroma. I know one that's like called like African Queen. That's supposed to be the only one that seems like it may be something where you'll get some noticeable difference in the beer, but
Right.
a lot of it doesn't seem like it's going to be ones that are going to really impact the
so it
craft
won't
beer
even-
industry.
But maybe it's setting a bad precedent is my thought, because if they start dominating some of the hop farms and they start getting into some things that you guys really use a lot of, it's going to start throwing monkey wrenches into the situation where you're going to have to now consider that as you're going to have to try and figure out different hops that can replicate the kind of thing you're going for. And it just could be an extra roadblock that you guys don't need as a small brewery.
Oh,
am I right?
Absolutely. When it comes to that, and even when you take a look at like earlier in probably about 5 or 6 years ago, there was a hop shortage, like a pretty significant one.
Right.
I mean, there was issues just with the growing season and the availability on a lot of the hops that people wanted. So what people had to do, like Amarillo, is very proprietary. Only certain farms are allowed to grow it. It's like completely secure, so nobody can even take any of the hops out to try to grow them themselves. But what happened basically was that breweries had to adjust their recipe. So, and they would get away from some of the hops and they would start using other hops. So some of the beers that people, got to know and love, they noticed that there was a difference in some of the IPAs and pale ales because of things like that. So that's the evolving landscape of hops.
Right.
Like even now, like Nelson Sullivan's a really hot hop, Galaxy hops, you can't find them because a lot of small craft breweries figured out early on, they're like, hey, you know what? This is going to be a really good hop. I'm going to buy all I can and then basically sell it to other breweries.
Gotcha.
So there's like a secondary market for hops.
There's a secondary market.
There is absolutely. There is a hop exchange. Basically, it's called the Lupulin Exchange.
Right.
Yeah. So, but it's good and bad too. You also can find hops that you may need, and you'll find them at a lower price than you were paying under contract.
Right.
But for the most part, if somebody puts up, say, 1,000 pounds of Galaxy hops, it's by the time you get the notification in your email, you click the button, it's already gone.
Wow.
So, and so that's where the market is. But what the growers will do is they'll start tearing out the plants of some of the hops that really aren't as popular and putting these in. So then the market kind of catches up, but it usually takes a couple of years for that to happen. So.
So Nuno says greenhouses and grow your own. So that's definitely a possibility for a very small brewery. I mean, it's hard to kind of fabricate and make your own when it's a large brewery unless you have tons of acreage to do it, right?
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to hop farms. Like, I'm amazed at what they have to do just to get us hops. There are a lot of hop farms that are popping up in New Jersey as well. But the problem is that you still have to wait a period of time for the hops to grow before you get a viable crop. And those hop vines, I mean, you would really need probably a hothouse that is 30, 40 feet high, just because the hop vines grow so tall. So
yeah. I mean, I've seen it done on a small type of scale. And even that's labor intensive, and you got to make sure you're constantly, paying attention to them and making them grow straight up. And there's just so much attention. It's like its own specific job. So if you're a brewery, to be also doing that and farming for your own, hops, it's something that's going to be a relentless type of thing where you're never going to be able to grow enough. It's going to do a little dent in what you're trying to do. And maybe the effort is not, going to be worth the, is the juice worth the squeeze, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, exactly. And from our standpoint, like, we like to use, like, we'll use a little bit of locally grown hops. Like, we do a lot of Firkins, which are like these 10-gallon specialty kegs that we'll put on tap at the brewery, especially when, it's that time of year for hops. But from that standpoint, yeah, we like to support local as much as we can, but it's difficult because there's not that much when it comes to hop production in New Jersey, at least not yet. It's getting there. And same thing goes with grain. I mean, so it will get there. It's just not quite as robust of a selection as we'd like it to be at this point in time. So.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, there's been such a crazy growth in craft beer in general for the past 5 to 10 years that it's hard for all of the individual products to keep up with the demand of the ever-growing craft beer consumer and therefore the craft beer brewer. So, I mean, it makes sense that you're going to have peaks and valleys in the amount of product that you're able to, to acquire to make your beer. and you're going to run into these problems. But hopefully you get more hop farms that are able to make the hops for you, and the secondary market doesn't gobble it up and then start jamming you up on the price. Because as you see on the other side of things, the purchasers of the craft beer that make a secondary market, they are gouging your beers that you work so hard on sometimes. And now, your first and second anniversary, if I couldn't get to the brewery and grab it, all of a sudden I want to grab a bottle, and now the bottles are $40 and they're $50, and you guys aren't making any more money on that, but all of a sudden they're gouging the price. So I'd hate to see that happen to you guys as creators of the beer.
From our standpoint, I mean, we like the crowd that we have, and we don't feel like we have a beer that I guess people go are not waiting in these massive lines for and all that. Like, we love our beers, and we'll try a couple of those in a couple of seconds, and we have and we have had some pretty big lines, but it's not about the lines, like you said. It's about giving people access. So when people get mad that we limit how many bottles you can get, or hey, it's one case of peach IPA, it's because we want more people to actually experience the beer.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and I understand it. I mean, me being a beer geek from way back, my wife will tell you, I have a lot of bottles sitting at the house, but because there's never time to actually drink them anymore. Sure. All they're doing is getting older. So it's So from that, I mean, I get that collector mentality, but I also, and there's the beers. There's so many good beers out there now. It's like, why wait in line when you can find something that's probably similar to what you're waiting in line for?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I've waited in a line before, and I try not to do it very much. What I try to do is trade people for things that I get locally that I can't get, any other way. I'll grab the local stuff. I'll drink one myself, and then I'll trade one for something else. But it's always dollar for dollar. I'm not trying to, gouge anybody on prices. I'm trying to say, hey, I get this great beer, and you get that great beer. Let's swap them. But unfortunately, the community has gotten in a kind of way where they think they need to make their house payment off of beer. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the whole world.
Yeah, I mean, everybody thinks I've got something that's worth a value, and you weren't able to get it, so therefore I need to gouge you for it. And I'm friends with lots of people in the community all across the country that don't think of things that way. They think of it like, I'm able to access some really awesome beer that I want you to try, and in response, you're going to send me some stuff that you want me to try. And that's the way I think craft beer was meant. It's meant to be shared. That's my thought about it. What do you think, John?
I think absolutely, and I see more of the different groups and everything else, like on Facebook and all that. It's getting more about doing like that philosophy of
more about
sharing.
the community, more about the family.
Yeah, share it. There's so many good local beers. Let's share it. There's still going to be some that are heavy hitters that are out there that people are going to spend a lot of money on.
Sure.
But for the most part, people want to share it, and people are proud of their local beers, because New Jersey, I mean, 10, 15 years ago, I would not be like, hey, New Jersey's a pretty hot spot for beer. Now, I mean, some of the new breweries that are popping up, it's like, their beers are pretty fantastic. I'm like, this is great. Like, seeing like all these new breweries that are opening up, and they're doing really well. And, we can only hope that there's going to be more breweries. I mean, and actually, just from one question we always get is like, hey, aren't you worried about how many breweries are out there? You take a look at New Jersey. New Jersey right now, there's 60, 70, give or take, craft breweries in New Jersey.
There's like 60 or 70 in San Diego. So,
correct, yes. So it's amazing. Like,
New Jersey's still got such a way to go. Like, you guys don't need to worry about the overwealth of breweries for a long time. You've got a lot to grow.
Absolutely.
You brought up San Diego a moment ago, PJ. Back, I think it was about 2-3 years ago, a good friend of mine, I was heading out to San Diego. He said, when you get out there, you got to find me Pliny the Elder. He said, you gotta find
incredible.
Me Pliny the Elder.
Yep, from Russian River Brewery.
So,
yep.
I mean, what do I know? I'm a state guy, right? Sure. So now I'm going all over the joint.
No, you can't find it, though. There's the problem, I'm
going into bars in the basement. I'm asking for Pliny the Elder. People are looking at me like, Pliny, this guy wants Pliny the Elder.
Yeah, they're laughing at you because it's not something you can walk in anywhere and get. You have to stand in line.
I was set up for that one.
Yep, you got to stand in line, and you got to get it the one day they release it at the brewery, just like we were talking about, except for the fact that you're probably standing in a 6-hour line instead of a 1-hour line here.
Yeah, but I was in that line 3 weeks late.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're not getting it. And then they also have Pliny the Younger.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah,
Pliny-
good luck with
Pliny-
that one. Yeah.
Pliny the Younger is even more rare and is even harder to find. And if you get yourself an 8-ounce pour of it, you consider yourself a lucky guy. So
That sounds about right.
it's the things you learn when you're in the actual community. You know, you start to go, that guy played me.
Then he was all over me. He was like, "Oh, come on, AJ, I know you can pull this off." So finally, I had to start recording the bartender saying, "You're out of your mind. There's no Pliny the Elder left. You're late."
Yeah, exactly. There is a couple of bars that get it in Pennsylvania, Pliny the Younger, that is. So they feature it, and it's 1 sixtel, and you know what a sixtel is because they brought it in a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's a little torpedo keg,
Yeah.
and you could kick that thing with like 6 of your friends on like a hardcore drinking night. You know, you're done. So that's how little they send
I
to
don't know
the
who
East
he's
Coast.
hanging out with.
I'm hanging out with people like John and other people that really enjoy beer, right? We could kick a sixtel, 6 of us.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah,
I mean,
very
with
easily.
him, I mean, I think he's losing more to evaporation's winning there.
Evaporation is So my wife says in the comments, Ethereum is at a last price trade of $243. We're going to talk about this later, guys. I am not a financial guy. I'm not going to tell you what to buy. But right now, if you want to make money, we're going to talk about Ethereum later because, John, have you ever heard of it? Do you know what cryptocurrency is?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So you know Bitcoin, right? You know that?
Yeah, Bitcoin, I get in fights with my friends all the time about if it's real or not.
Yeah. It is.
I believe in it.
You know what's real? Making money. And if you can buy into Bitcoin and then you can therefore cash out later and you've made money, is it real? It's real to me. So I'm in on Ethereum, and I'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it probably in the last 10 minutes of the show. But I'm jazzed up about it because I've made $900 in the last month and a half on a $400 investment. So $400 has turned into $1,200 or $1,300. So.
Wow.
You know, something to pay attention to. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But Mike Miles says in the comments, "Beer it forward." So this is a term that we use in the craft beer community, and I can't stress enough how important it is for me to beer it forward. If I get a great beer, for instance, I get a cherry triple Belgian style ale with cherries from Spellbound, and I have access to this, and maybe my buddy in Chicago has no access to it. I'm just going to send him a box with a couple of these in there and say, dude, this is so good, try it. This is Beer It Forward. You send it to them, and then, hey, maybe in a month he shows up on my doorstep with a box from him that says, here's some really awesome stuff that released in my area. This is the concept. So craft beer in general to me is something that I think I get more enjoyment from sharing it with you than I do even drinking it myself, because if you're drinking at home, you're an alcoholic by yourself. But if you're drinking with friends, you're a community of craft beer friends that are aficionados and kind of sharing the experience. So it's a nice way to be able to share the love. So that's what we do, and that's Beer It Forward in that sense.
I think that's an amazing thing. And the one difficult thing, though, is that when all your friends are craft beer drinkers and they all are trying to get the coolest beers out there,
Yep.
And then you try to get rid of beer at, you have a party or something like that. It's like, hey, you know what? Everybody ends up bringing all this beer, and
Yep.
you end up with more beer than you started with.
That has happened more times than I can count. I have a fridge downstairs that when we watch UFC fights, we watch the Super Bowl, we watch whatever we watch, and that fridge is what I just literally tell everybody, just walk in, grab whatever you want. It's all filled with craft beer. It's not Blue Moons and Heinekens. It's all craft beer stuff. So I just say, enjoy yourself. Have whatever you want. I look in there after a party, and I expect to see it a third of the way gone. It's now a third bigger than when I started because I have all these craft beer friends that bring 6-packs, and they're all just a mixed 6-pack of whatever they love, and they don't drink their own beer. They drink a couple of mine, and then they leave, and I've got 6 of their new stuff, which is awesome because I constantly get to try all this new stuff. But in the same sense, I got to watch myself because I drink too much because I have too much beer in there. So the last year and a half, I've been really, really concentrating on drinking like 1 time a week, 2 times a week, and that's it. Just having a couple.
Nuno wants to know, what if you're drinking with your records?
If you're drinking with your records, you are no longer an alcoholic. You are now enjoying your music and ambiance experience. So that's good. So guys, we are talking Spellbound, and one of the things that we do here is we give away things to all of you out there. So John from Spellbound was cool enough to bring us some stuff that we can give away to you guys. So we have a his and her t-shirt. We've got 2 t-shirts here. One's a little bit smaller, so I say his and her, but it really could be father-daughter. It could be father-son. It could be 5'5" and 6'2". You know, it's just two different size shirts. So we're going to give away those shirts, and we're going to give away a glass. We got this awesome Spellbound glass right here that John is Vanna Whiting and displaying it for you. So what I want you guys to do in the comments is to say Spellbound, I'm in. We're going to put 10 minutes up on the clock, and we're going to give away some Spellbound swag. So thank you for bringing all that in, John. We really appreciate it. And we're going to get some new fans or some existing fans some really cool swag out there. So
Nikki, I'll handle this one, PJ. Nikki asks, what if I'm drinking with my coloring books? Your coloring books are your friend. You're
absolutely.
good.
And you know what? When you're coloring, you definitely are coloring with other people because this color it stuff is all the rage right now. So you're
never coloring alone.
I can guarantee that Nicole is out there coloring with you, and Nikki is coloring with you. Cheryl's out there. There's so many women out there.
So many more
that are coloring. Oh, there we go. Some Spellbounds I'm in. We got Robert Deckert. We got Art Doble. We got Chris Capiello. Chris was one of our participants
in the
eating challenge. Chris was sucking on a binky. John Companick says Spellbound, I'm in. He is very in on Spellbound, I guarantee you.
Isn't this you? Wait, John, real quick, we got another question from John Berdensky. He asked this earlier in the show. Thanks for asking again. We kind of got lost here in the comments. But he asked pellet or whole leaf hops.
We use pellet, but when we do like our specialty firkins and all that, we do whole leaf hops. We like to do some of the local stuff that way, but right now we use strictly pellet hops, and there's a reason behind it. It's whole leaf hops, they absorb more of the actual beer and things like that. So, and they're generally a little bit less efficient for us. And we've always brewed with pellet hops, so that's what we're familiar with. It doesn't mean we wouldn't try it. But for now, yeah, we're all pellet.
Now it's all pellet. All right.
It's not as cost efficient to use whole leaf hop, right?
Right. And there's things like hop extracts and hop powders now, and we just use whole leaf hop. I mean,
there's
pellet,
a thousand ways to skin a cat, like you're saying. But there's the injectables, which is like what you're talking about, the extract, where you can just basically shoot the beer with a little bit of hop oil, and all of a sudden you've got the infused kind of thing, like if you put 12 ounces of hops in there, which is crazy. But to me, pellet is the way to go unless you're going to, really get a small batch going and you want to focus on the floral natures and stuff like that. I do a lot of brewing on my own at home, and I've always used pellet because it's more cost efficient to me in my little small scale thing. But you guys feel the same way? It's cheaper to work that way?
We think it's the most effective way to do it, and it's the most consistent.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint,
controllable, right?
Yeah. From our standpoint, like a couple of things that we're really focused on is that we want to make sure that every time you go to a bar and you have Spellbound on tap, it should always taste the exact same way every single time. I mean, obviously, we can't control how clean a beer line is or anything like that, but from our standpoint, we really want to focus on it should taste the same every single time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you're always going to get a little bit of variance just due to the natures of beer, but not anything really identifiable.
Yeah, you shouldn't notice a difference.
You shouldn't notice
no.
a difference.
Homebrew scale, absolutely, because when you're dealing with 5, 10, 15 gallons at a time, just one little nuance can really adjust.
Yeah, you introduce one little tiny thing into the process that you haven't in the past, and it changes the whole smell or taste of the beer.
Absolutely.
So Jim says, if Jim House, the owner of Pork Island, who has been a sponsor of the show, he makes really incredible barbecue. So if you're into catering for barbecue and you want barbecue for one of your events, Pork Island Barbecue is the way to go. But Jim just made a comment, and he said, if it's a can-shaped glass, I'm in. He loves these can-shaped glasses, and that's exactly what it is right over there, Jim.
Well, Jim's got a whole pub in his house, and one of these glasses will look great in that pub. So
yeah. So
I'm
get in on
him.
it, Jim. Nuno Rodriguez says carton glass. What are you saying, buddy? Where's a carton glass? Do you see it here anywhere?
Nuno also says Pork Island, I'm in. Jim, you and Nuno hook up on that.
Nikki Benke says Spellbound, I'm in 1,000,000%.
1,000,000%.
Oh man, I like that.
Pork Island I'm in, Nuno says. So, yes, absolutely. We got to hook you up with some Pork Island. So we have 6 minutes on the clock. How cool does that look? That looks like it was built to be on there, doesn't it?
I don't know if
Wow.
you missed it before, but before his logo was on our wooden background,
It just
and
looks
it
like
took
a
up the
nice-
whole screen. Mike, I don't know if you have that. If you could put it back up there so PJ could see. That was before. I didn't want to.
It just looks like it's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, let's see if we can get that other look. Look at that,
Yeah,
PJ.
look at that.
Yeah, you were entrenching something before. I didn't want to disturb you, but yeah, take a look at that right
Well, the reason why I picked this background in
Yeah.
general is because of the aged oak nature of beers, and not only beers, but whiskey, because we do a lot of whiskey drinking myself, too. So I wanted our logo and our background and all of that to be incorporated on, kind of that rustic, old woodsy type look. So your logo looks beautiful
Yeah.
on our background. So that looks like it should be there.
Kind of looks like our tasting room back wall, except we have like a little bit different color stains going
Yep.
on. But yeah,
Yep.
that
Same
does look
concept,
good. Yeah.
right? It does look good.
We'll take one.
So share for Spellbound Brewing, and then in the comments say Spellbound, I'm in. We are now 55 minutes into the program. The time just flies on this show. It just blows my mind how fast everything moves on the show.
Yeah.
So we got 6 minutes left before we give away some awesome Spellbound stuff.
Tell everyone again. What do we have going on here right now for this giveaway?
All right. Oh.
Yeah, go for it, John.
I was going to say we have a couple of shirts here. We have this lovely can wrap glass.
Right.
This is actually 16 ounces as well. So
Okay.
yes, and then later on we also will be giving away another glass. We can give away one of these fine-looking. Sorry, I don't have one right in front of me right now. It's a Craft Master 1 glass with our logo etched in it. So yeah, we got.
Don't tell Nicole Williams that.
So Jeremy Myers asked the question to John, when is the Prowler beer coming out?
Oh, the Prowler beer. Jeremy Myers. He owns I think a Broken Goblet or something like that. Some brewery somewhere in the Chamonix. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is he in the Chamonix?
Jeremy Myers. He's a owner, brewer,
Head brewer for Neshaminy Creek. Oh,
yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, great guy.
Welcome, Jeremy.
And a little known fact, actually, well, it was supposed to be our first yeast pitch for our IPA and for our porter was going to be from them, but because we didn't quite get the right amount of pitch and all that stuff like that, actually became about 3 or 4 or 7 pitches, but they gave us our first yeast pitches.
Cool,
So
very
we started
nice.
out in the Chamonix Creek, and that is the beauty of the craft beer.
Everybody's helping each other.
Not everybody.
Chipping, okay.
Most people do.
Yes.
Most people do.
Yeah.
And I think that's what drew us in a lot to the whole craft beer scene is the fact that
Right.
people want to help each other. It's a community. People want to share beers. They bring over beers. They bring over more than they expect to get back.
That's it.
So it's a beautiful thing, and the fact that it's you usually have good conversations as well. But
I always say there is beer karma, and if you're good with your beer to other people, you'll get it back. And
Yes.
I never worry about what I'm bringing as opposed to what other people are bringing. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to try stuff I haven't tried before. I'm going to get introduced to things that are all of a sudden going to be things I want to drink all the time. And it's going to be due to my friends that introduced it to me. So I appreciate sharing.
John, does the community have the power or the numbers or the strength or the camaraderie, let's say, to support those that do get the culture and do share over those that don't?
Yeah.
Good.
And real easy. Yeah. But back to that Prowler beer. Yeah, there's going to be one. I mean, it's going to be a red ale because that's the color of the car. But it's we'll get there, Jeremy. We promise.
One thing at a time, right?
That's right.
So right now it's Nelson, which is going to be the next canned.
That is right.
Next canned beer. I loved it. I put it down nice and quick.
There's a lot of growler left.
Yeah, I want a little more Nelson, and then I want to start working on some of those anniversary beers that you got over there. For the
I'm happy here with my club.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Put the bass down. So, we've got 3 minutes and 23 seconds, so I need more Spellbounds. I'm in. Nuno is monitoring the Spellbound I'm in count here. So what I want is I want to do kind of old school. 6 weeks in, and we got something old school. But we're going to count 3, 2, 1, and we're going to say share.
We are. We're doing it tonight. We're
Just
bringing
once,
it back
just
just once.
once.
All right.
So, guys, we got
so I'm
3, 2, 1. Share that live feed.
John got it right away.
Everybody bang that that live feed. So share it on out. We want to grow the numbers. We're not just growing it for our show. We're growing it so more people learn about Spellbound, learn about the awesome things that they are creating, and then they get to serve more of you guys with their passion project, which is Spellbound. So, John, what are some things that are coming up in the future, albeit festivals or beers that you're creating? What are some things coming up that you're excited about?
One of the biggest things that we have coming up is our Spellbound Century. We're on our 3rd year of this. It's a bike ride. You can do 26, 44, 63.
Get out. I want to ride with you.
Yeah.
I ride every year in the New York City 5-borough bike tour.
Oh,
it's
wow.
40-plus miles, and we ride over the Verrazano. It's so much fun. I want to ride with you guys.
All right. Please do.
When is it?
So it is July 20. Oh, my God. July 29th, I think. 30?
July 29th or
Saturday.
30th.
Whatever that Saturday is. I'm drawing
All
a
right,
blank.
cool. I mean, I'm a wedding DJ on the weekend, so if I don't have a wedding, I'm riding with you guys for sure.
We start bright and early in the morning. All the money goes to charity, so we keep it very local.
That's great.
Yeah, first year, all the money went to Mount Holly Parks and Rec. We had 350 riders we capped it at because we didn't know what to expect, and we sold out. Second year, we did 550 riders, and same thing with 2 weeks left. We were at max capacity, and this year we extended it to 750, and with 2 months to go. Essentially 2 months ago. Essential. Anyway.
I actually caught you do that earlier in the show.
I like how you
I'm
time
going to
it.
keep on throwing that in. But with about 2 months to go, we are at about 560 riders. So we have more people already.
Jeez, more
That's
people
awesome.
already with 2.
Yeah, but all the money this
Month
year is
ago,
going to Mount Holly Police, some of the programs they do for kids and things like that. So
That's great.
Good.
We
Very
basically,
noble cause.
yeah, we basically make nothing on it. And well, last year we did it for Rancocas Valley Little League. So they needed $13,000 to fix up their fields. We raised about 15, and
Wow. So you got them to fix up the field and got them a little icing
Got
on
to
the
fix
cake.
up the-
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's really cool. But it's a really fun day. So so take
that's
a look
great.
for it. Spellbound Century coming up. But that's one of the biggest things that we're.
I love that is something that you pitched first. You know, before beers, before anything else, it's about community. And if you're giving back to the people that support you, I think that's like the coolest thing that you could be doing. So cheers to you.
Yeah, that is the beauty of like Mount Holly, and again, local. I mean, we have another brewery in town, Village Idiot.
I love Village Idiot too, and the owner of Village Idiot is a really cool guy. We've had some chats. I think I may have him on the program sometime in the near future.
PJ, just want to remind everyone, we're down to about 15 seconds in the Spellbound giveaway.
All right, so
jump
say
in there if
Spellbound,
you haven't
I'm in.
already.
Say Spellbound, I'm in. John Verdensky. Did you know that John Verdensky is the brewer at Yangling? So so John is the brewer over there at Yangling in Pennsylvania, which I call like the godfathers of craft beer. Right?
Are they new?
The oldest, I think you may have heard of them once or twice. I think
Right.
they've been around for a year or 200. But they are the godfathers of craft beer in the country. So we tip our hats to
Chesterfield
Yangling.
Ale. Yeah.
Yes. So, all right, guys, we're giving you
Melissa-
one more minute. Even though the
Melissa
clock went to
Companick.
0, I'm going to give you one more minute so you can hop on in. We got people that are doing it right now. Sean Nutt, Wayne Wilson, hopping on in. Say Spellbound, I'm in right now in the comments, and make sure you share. If you say that you're in, we're doing this on the trust method, but I need you to share every time you say you're in on something. So do it up again.
Melissa Companick writes, John Companick, I'm in with a big heart.
Oh, I know her.
How nice.
I love you.
Abby Helmer says Spellbound, I'm in. I love that you guys are supporting Spellbound. Thank you so much for
There's
that.
our buddy Chris in.
Yeah, Chris Malatrat. So, John, in 6 weeks, we have people that are such fervent supporters of the show that they are literally in the comments from start to finish.
They're part of the show.
They're part of the show. Their comments kind of make the show go, and they fuel the show. So, like I said, Nuno is now our unofficial but official now street team. Nuno's out there, and he's helping us out. He's watching the comments. He's jotting down all of these possible winners, and he's helping us out that way. We've got Chris Malatrat, who has been there start to finish. He absolutely loves craft beer, so he's in on every craft beer show. Then you got, people like Mike Miles, who came on the show, from Weyerbacher. You got people like Nicole Williams, who's from the Color It program.
Nikki.
You got Nikki Benke. There's Mike Oliver has been chiming in every single week for 6 weeks.
Don't forget our champion, England. He was on earlier
Yes,
tonight. He's
Scott
still
England,
there.
Jim House, our Pork
Jimmy,
Island guy.
of
There's
course.
so many of you out there, And throughout the weeks, as we grow this show and as we go in different directions and we do different things, I just want the guys that stick around and the ladies that stick around to know that we are very, very thankful for all of your support. And we want you to support the people that come on the show. So if you've never been to Spellbound, I'd like you to head out to Mount Holly, make it a destination, get there, enjoy. Now you got a Wednesday, right? Wednesday where you can go there and you can hang out on the new paver patio type of thing.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm glad you follow us on social media there.
Of course I do.
We have the Kennedys coming up this Thursday.
That's
actually.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's going to be fantastic. If you like the greatest Irish music in the area.
There you go.
Come on out.
So Thursday night, the Kennedys are going to be there.
And don't worry, the winner. I am not getting any oil or vinegar on your T-shirts here.
And if he does, we will replace them.
We'll replace them. There you go. That's great. Nikki Benke and Nicole Williams have been missing this show the past few times. This is the first one where I haven't seen her. I literally have seen her in our Thursday shows.
About the glasses. She was here earlier. She wrote about the glasses.
Yep. All right, so we are going to cut it off right now. Spellbound, I'm in. Aaron Wilson is our last entrant. So I'm going to circle back with Nuno now, and we are going to find out who our winner is.
He's going to circle back with Nuno, and I'm going to talk about some of the comments that I heard earlier in the show. Zach wrote, "Where's the meat?" PJ, they want us eating. They always want us eating. Eric Scheffler, of course, our next Atlantic County Sheriff. We're confident in him. He writes, "Wings, beer, need meatballs." Again, PJ, they want to see us eating here.
I know, I love it. Everybody is
wants to
chiming in to want to watch us eat, which is hysterical to me. So we had 22 entrants, which is great.
That's a big
great
contest.
For a giveaway.
That's a big contest. Everyone's into Spellbound here. You're having fun here tonight, aren't you, John?
Oh, this is fantastic. I'll be back next week.
My pleasure to have you back if you want to. So Nuno, I'm going to say it live on air. We got number 21. So it is one of our last
21.
Our last entrant, and he's going to give us our name right now. And the winner is.
What do we got? Let's see.
It's
taking home
is
the
it
Spellbound.
Is it a longer name? Because it's taken him a little bit to type the name. Typing. I think it's Jorge George Carmona.
Jorge Carmona.
Congratulations to you, buddy.
Yeah. So, George.
So you just won some Spellbound swag. So reach out to me on the Essential Guy Talk page, and we will get you your stuff. Congratulations.
Another interesting little fact: George actually is basically the guy that inspired and basically takes over when it comes to the Spellbound Century. Him with TNT Cycling.
How awesome is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah,
cool.
Coming full circle. What did I say? Beer karma.
That is right. He puts in a lot of time.
That was beautiful. So that just put it right back out there.
There you go. There's the
he
beer
helps.
karma.
He helps with the exact bike tour that you were talking about, the little bike century, and now he gets some cool swag from the Central Guy Talk. So thank you for giving that away, and we're going to get it to George.
John, we were talking a minute ago about the Essential family, how it's grown in just 6 weeks. Here's a good friend of the show, good friend of mine, Chris Molitrat. Hey, didn't I call AJ would finish the contest on the last show? The captain. Six of those El Jefes went down. 2 of them got complete.
Yep.
I don't know if you got to see, buddy. There was a part in the show where I picked up the El Jefe and I slammed it down on the table, and the legs almost shattered.
Holy cow!
That thing was a monster.
Yeah, the thing was heavy as heck. I replayed that like 5-6 times to listen to the drop and listen to how strong it was. That thing was like dropping a brick from about 5 feet.
Jimmy House wants to know, could these glasses be purchased at the brewery?
Absolutely.
All
yes,
right,
we
Jimmy.
always have them there.
You got it.
Jimmy, you know what, buddy? I've got one right here. He's not going to want it back. I will give it to you. It is you, Jimmy House.
That's for you, Jimmy. There we go.
This is what we do. I'm like Oprah on this show. You get a glass, and you get a glass.
You're paying it forward.
That's it. I'm
Jimmy.
bearing it forward.
Jimmy, this will be in the pub.
Yep. You know what, Jimmy was nice enough. What was it? Our first show.
Yep.
He brought up a platter of of ribs. He brought up some really good coleslaw. He brought up a lot of stuff. So he was kind enough from day one to be supportive of the show. So I'm more than happy to give up my glass to you. I'm sure I'll get to Spellbound and get to buy one myself.
You know, you just talked a moment ago about George being a pioneer for you. Jimmy House is actually a pioneer for the Essential Guy Talk program, because when we were announcing that we were going to have our kickoff show, Jimmy actually reached out to us and said, I'll be there with ribs. And that's something we'll never forget. Thanks a lot,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
you know what? That was
what
the
a start.
coolest thing ever. You know, we hadn't even announced that we were we announced we were doing a show, but we hadn't even done it yet. And the guy said he was going to show up at our doorstep with really good smoked ribs, which really were. I'm not just saying that because he hooked us up. It was terrific ribs. So thank you very much, Jimmy House. I appreciate that. So we got about 20, 25 minutes left of the show. I want to announce it now and give you guys plenty of time to get in on it. So one of the things that we do here, as you know, is we give things away. Now, we have very, very supportive people that have backed our show, that have given us some real good prizes to give away as our grand prize. This week is no different. So the Stress Factory, Vinny Brand's Stress Factory, has been awesome and has donated to us 4 VIP tickets for not only Friday's show, but for Saturday's. Excuse me, I'm drinking beer.
Saturday's show.
And it is the Plastic Cup Boys, which they debuted on the Kevin Hart tour. They are absolutely hysterical. So here's what I want you guys to do to learn about them and to enter for Saturday's giveaway. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Essential Guy Talk / right there, you can see it on your screen, Essential Guy Talk / stress-factory-contest. So just freeze frame that picture right there. Go here, enter your name, hit submit, and you will be entered for Saturday's giveaway. We are giving away Friday's show live on the show today. So at the end of the show, we're going to select who is in. So you have to say, Plastic Cup, I'm in. Plastic Cup, I'm in. And you will be in for the Plastic Cup Boys, a really hysterical show that will be on at the Stress Factory Friday and Saturday night. So get in on that. I want you to share the live feed. Let's build these numbers again. Let's give Spellbound some love out there. Let's give Stress Factory some love. And let's get some entries for the Stress Factory giveaway.
So again, PJ, that is the Plastic Cup Boys. We're giving away the Friday night right now just by Stress Factory, I'm in.
Absolutely.
And then for the Saturday night show, go ahead to essentialguytalk.com /stress-factory-contest.
There you go.
And you'll be entered for the Saturday night show. We have how many tickets for each show?
We have 4 VIP, which
Four
means you're going to
VIP.
get food, you're going to get any drink, and you are going to enjoy. So definitely get in on both of those contests. I guarantee you won't win both, so get in on both.
John, have you ever been to the Stress Factory?
No, but I'm in.
You're in? All right.
All right,
let's
so
get
we have
John
our
in.
first entrant, and John, you are absolutely allowed to be. So
No, if you could get John. And John, I'll tell you, the Stress Factory is unbelievable because it's kind of in the basement in the middle of New Brunswick. It's really cool. It looks like it's kind of like a secret little hangout where people go for comedy. And I saw Charlie Murphy there. I saw Sebastian Maniscalco when he was up and coming there. It's a really great place to go ahead and see some comedy. And also Vinny Brand, the owner, the most unbelievable storyteller that I know. I can really say that. I mean, this guy can tell a story, and you're just dying to hear more.
So a little tidbit.
I'm ready.
We may, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, have Vinny in next week. So if Vinny's in next week, he's going to be telling some of his famed stories. He's going to be in here telling jokes. He is hysterical. He is a seasoned vet when it comes to stand-up comedy. So he's not only a stand-up comedy owner of a facility, he's also a participant, and he is one of the best stand-ups around. So he's going to be telling his stories, and we're just going to sit back and listen because Vinny is absolutely hysterical. So I can't say for 100% assuredness yet. He has to check on one other conflict. But if he's open, we are going to get Vinny Brand on the show next week.
And if he's open, you're in for a real treat out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So once again, say Plastic Cup, I'm in. I want people to throw that into the live comments
Let's get
right
that
now.
Plastic Cup, I'm in. I think I said Stress Factory, man. I'm sorry. So it's Plastic Cup, I'm in.
Plastic Cup, I'm in. It's for the Plastic Cup Boys. Now, these guys were featured on the Kevin Hart tour. So Kevin Hart is the one that introduced him to the kind of major audience.
Right.
But these guys are funny, man. If you look up Plastic Cup Boys on YouTube, you're going to laugh your ass off. So tune on into that, and then hopefully we get some really, really fun winners that take some pictures at Stress Factory when they go on Friday and on Saturday, and you guys are going to have a really, really good time doing that. So other than that, there are some other topics that I definitely wanted to talk about today. There were some things that came across my mind, and I wanted to bring up. So, first of all, I want to say that this El Jefe eating contest on Monday was a ridiculous success. I knew it would be. It was just comedy waiting to happen. These guys put down 5 pounds or 4 pounds or so of food.
Right.
These guys are maniacs. So, there were 15,000 plus views this week on that show. Bubba Coos shared out the show, and they sponsored it, and they threw some money behind it. And we had 15,000 plus people watch you guys.
15,000 came and watched. Six of us attack this thing.
It was crazy. So I want to thank you guys for being 15,000 strong out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
PJ, this is a true story. First off, yes, indeed. Thank you so much. 15,000. That means more to us than you'll ever know. This is a true story, PJ. Monday morning, Memorial Day, before eating the El Jefe, I woke up at 236 pounds. John, do you know how much I weighed Tuesday morning?
232.
Well, how would it go backwards?
No, you're 236.
No,
242.
You're dead on. I woke up Monday morning at 236. I went easy throughout the day, knowing that I had to come through for everyone out there at Essential Guy Talk, but I woke up Tuesday morning at 242 pounds.
Holy cow. And it had to be all food because you obviously don't drink beer.
All right, we get the point.
Take some sips. The man who brewed it's here. You got to drink it.
Cheers.
Salute.
Salute.
All right. I drink beer, as you can see. My cup is like almost always empty. But I'm ready for that first anniversary. You said that there's some first anniversary that you want to top off.
Yes.
Here, right?
So we did. This is our first anniversary beer was released the 1st October after we opened. So October 2015. This is our Buffalo Trace barley wine. Cool. And we actually named it What Were We Thinking? Question mark, question mark, question mark. So this is what happens when you're sitting at a canning line for about 8 hours. You're just standing there canning beer. The canning line that we have, it does 32 cans a minute, but when you do 40 barrels of beer, that's basically an 8.5, 9-hour day just standing there canning the beer. So actually, I'm pretty sure it was Scott that had said, we were trying to figure out a name because it's impossible to find names anymore because every name's been taken. So Scott sat there. He's like, what about, what the heck were you thinking? So that's where it evolved into. And actually with the second one, which we'll get to, is everybody says a couple of things. One is that, we always say that we're running out of beer. We never have beer. Our distributors take all our beer. We love our distributors, but we're always trying to play catch up.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So the name that the thing we always have people say to us is that you guys, this is a good problem to have kind of thing. But in the Neshaminy Creek, Jeremy Myers took that name. So the other thing everybody says to us is, hey, you guys must be living the dream. So that's why we went with the second anniversary is living the dream. And as you see, we like punctuation in our anniversary beers.
I love it.
It's a question mark.
It's a question mark.
But at least we got to an exclamation point.
Yes.
At this point. So there are days where you're like, what the heck are we doing? And then there's days it's like, wow, this is pretty awesome.
It's an exciting question.
Are we going to a third anniversary and going to have an asterisk in there with a exclamation point and a question mark?
We don't have a name yet for it. We still are working on it. So if anybody out there has an idea for a name that hasn't been taken already, please send us a message on those social media things again.
That social media thing on the Facebook.
The Facebook. That is correct.
The Facebook. You gotta message Spellbound Brewing.
Or just come in and talk to Matt or Kevin, our beer tenders that are always there.
Nice. So this is your barley wine aged in Buffalo Trace barrels.
Buffalo Trace bourbon barrels. So how much do you want in your glass? Oh,
you know what's funny? Nuno said, AJ, slow down. He's telling you.
Yeah.
Pace yourself.
Nuno said he's sending an Uber for me.
Yeah, Nuno said, can you ship to Hong Kong? So apparently you know somebody in Hong Kong that would like some of the beer.
There's my buddy Joey out there. What's up, Joey?
Yeah, James Waters is saying, Nuno, I'm just trolling from the other side of the world. He's the one that's in Hong Kong that we should ship some beer to all the way across the world. Nuno's sending an Uber for AJ to get him home. Stephanie Soden says, so jealous right now. She apparently really loves some of your stuff, and now I get to enjoy it.
Yeah, so this is 10%.
It smells
again,
great.
AJ's favorite.
Yep, you can definitely get that Buffalo Trace oaky kind of aged quality. It smells good.
Yeah, so this is effectively about 2 years old or so at this point because, we age it in barrels for a couple of months, but the beer is 10%.
Nice.
Basically.
Cheers. Well done.
Cheers. Yeah, and barley wine style is a
Everybody right now smash that share button and share it for their first anniversary beer. That is good. So, Stephanie, you have every reason to be jealous because it is absolutely delicious, especially aged 2 years. It's a nice, kind of complex blended flavor now. There's nothing that stands out as a dominant flavor. It just seems like it's nicely balanced now.
Yeah, it's actually all the hops dropped out.
Yep.
And the alcohol heat is kind of gone by the wayside, which is good.
Yeah, see, that's what you get, AJ. When you age when you age in one of these bourbon barrels, you get alcohol heat right away. That kind of becomes like your first gulp. You taste it and it sizzles in the back of your throat. But the longer you let it age, the more that dies out and the more the complexity of the beer comes through and the maltiness of the beer, and it just really becomes a nice balanced approach.
Yeah.
What sip of that? So in that glass, you pour yourself a glass. What sip would you say you enjoy the most? Is there one, the first, somewhere in the middle, the last? What sip would you say you enjoy the most?
That is about the weirdest question I've ever had.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done a bazillion brewery
Weird
tours.
ones.
Yeah, I've never had that before. So,
but it kind of makes sense when you think about it. Is it good when it's chilled? Is it good when it warms up a little bit? I think that's what he's asking. Is as it warms, you get different flavors.
Well, from the perspective of when you say what sip, my wife and I both feel
the
like
17th sip that you
always
take in your
take
glass.
the second sip is where you determine if you're going to like it or not.
Right.
The first sip you never do because
you
you
gotta
had
get used
food
to
or
it.
whatever you might. Yeah, basically even like whiskeys, bourbons, which one of my weaknesses.
You love that stuff.
Yes.
I need to hang out with you.
Yes. So second sip is where you really start to pick a lot more of the flavor, aroma, and all that. And we will always say that no matter what you do, when you drink beer, if you can, put it in a glass. Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's in a bottle or a can, which there's people that...
We're together on that one.
Yeah. Always pour the beer into a glass. But from that perspective, usually by second sip.
About the second, yeah.
Yeah, you know if you're going to like the beer or not.
Gotcha.
So Mike Miles from Weyerbacher says the third. So what he means by that is you've had your first, which is a palate cleanser. Your second, you're starting to get into the beer. And the third one, it's warmed up enough that you've now got every flavor on your palate that you're going to get from that beer, basically.
Yeah, and me personally, I do like beers that are almost room temp. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Me too. I don't care if it's a hoppy beer or a heavy stout. I like it almost room temperature.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So
Cheers to you.
Yeah.
You said you're a big whiskey and bourbon fan. Do you have a brand that you kind of have like a go-to?
I don't think my palate is as advanced as I'd like it to be, but I mean, everybody talks about Pappy. I mean, that's the big deal.
Yeah, but that's not stuff you can go to because that stuff. If you get a chance to try it, then high five to you.
I do like Buffalo Trace, but Buffalo Trace, for an easier something you can go to anytime and find it on a shelf is fantastic. But when it comes to some of the bourbons, like right now, or whiskeys, or rye whiskey, Angel's Envy.
Yeah, it's terrific. Yeah. And Angel's Envy does so many different barrels that they age their stuff in, so you can find something that's got a little finish that you like. They do red wine barrels, they do rum barrels, they do all these different cool kind of finishes on their bourbon.
Yeah, that is my downfall, though. For some reason, something about that, for eating at the local downtown, they have it there.
Bourbons.
Yeah, they have it there, and they know. I think they do it on purpose. Walk in and they pour one when I walk in. And they're like, "All right, good night."
my wife says, "Who wants to see these guys ride some roller coasters?" So, AJ, I was talking to you this week, and I was asking you if you have a season pass to Great Adventure.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be hysterical if we went live from a roller coaster. And we went. I've got a season pass already, so we could go on the Joker or something like that. Oh, quick story about the Joker.
Will they let us bring a GoPro on there or something?
Yeah. You can attach one to the front. You can have a point of view camera.
All right.
But
man,
it would be hysterical. But I went on that Joker ride the one time, and I talked a friend of mine into going on it, a female that was kind of afraid to go on it, and we got stuck on the goddamn ride.
Oh, jeez.
15 minutes we're just hanging at the top of the ride, and she's screaming, and she's so scared.
What, are you sitting down or hanging? How does a Joker
Wait,
ride?
you're hanging?
You're sitting in a 90-degree angle, but the seat sits like this, so you're facing straight down, and then the other people are facing up at you when you're clicking up towards the first escalator at the beginning of it. And we were frozen at the top of it for 15 minutes. No movement whatsoever. They don't tell us what's going on. They don't even vocalize that there's anything wrong, except we know there's something wrong. They tell the people down below that they need to get out of line, but they don't tell us who are hanging up there. So after 15 minutes of being stuck up there, we finally go. I don't even remember the damn ride because I was just like, what the hell is going on? And I was getting a little claustrophobic at that time. But I want another chance at the Joker because that thing did not, left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, you want to.
So I
want to
erase
that one
that
on your terms, yeah.
Yeah, so I want to do that again. So yeah, maybe if you get yourself
I'll get a season
pass, and we'll go. So we have. All right, so we're gonna do a 10-minute clock now on the Stress Factory giveaway. And then we're going to end the show after that. So everybody, if you want in on the Plastic Cup Boys, 4 VIP tickets to the Stress Factory. It is an amazing night out with your family and friends. So make sure that you get in on that. I want you to say Plastic Cup, I'm in. And we will give away these tickets at the end of the show.
Got a good question here from my buddy Joey. John, this one's for you. He's growing hops on his farm using a telephone pole. Any advice?
Growing hops using a telephone pole. Are they actually climbing up the telephone pole, or is there some sort of a wire going out there? But yeah,
Joey, get us a little more details on that. Are you climbing up the telephone pole, or is there a wire holding that together? We're gonna need a little more details on that one.
Yeah. Any advice? I would say probably avoid them.
Avoid the telephone poles. Got you.
All right, so I mentioned cryptocurrency, and I want to talk a little bit about it.
Nikki had a similar situation to you down at Six Flags America.
Oh, yeah? She got stuck on one?
Yeah, ride
Oh, my God, that happened to me at Six Flags Great America in Illinois with the Batman ride. The first year it was out, ride stuck. Oh, my God, never again. You know what you got to do when that happens? You got to get right back on the horse. It's not going to happen to you again. There's no way you're getting stuck on it twice.
So I did miss this part of the whole thing, John. They were climbing and attaching the wire about 8 across 5 sections.
Oh, so you actually know what you're doing. So yeah.
So you don't really need the help.
Joey, I made you look bad.
Joey, so
you know what's going on.
So what kind
I'm going to leave you two at this. Go ahead.
Yeah, what kind of hops are you? Yeah, what kind of hops are you growing? Generally, I mean, this area is better for like Cascade, and there's a couple hops that grow really well in New Jersey, but not all hops.
I want some
do
living
well.
the dream for the last 10 minutes because that's
absolutely. Here,
that's going to make me enjoy.
Pour your own because
yes,
this is dark and mysterious.
Yes,
11.5%.
This is my favorite style and my favorite kind of beer.
We have not had this in quite some time.
Just to give you a little description of it. Intense dark malt, full-bodied and full of chocolate. The bourbon barrel adds a woody, rustic complexity, warming to the core but never overpowering to the palate. Vanilla and toffee flavors round out the aftertaste. Delightfully sippable now and will only get better after some time in your cellar. Absolutely. You can age this type of beer for a good 5 solid years, usually.
Yeah,
Imperial
Stouts.
Every year you'll get something else out of it. You'll find that the taste is a little bit different.
That is the beauty of being able to age beer. A lot of people don't realize that you can age beer. Like people that are into craft beer realize it, but a lot of people don't realize you can age some beers. Usually like over 7%, give or take. A lot of Belgian styles, sours, stuff like that.
Yeah, you don't want to age hoppy beers because you're going to lose the hop shelf, and you're basically going to have a malty kind of a beer that you don't expect. But other than that, I mean, the one that you can age is the 120 minute from Dogfish because it's such a high a high alcohol content, but it's still not going to taste anywhere near the same as when you get it fresh. Don't age IPAs, but age stouts and porters,
That is
and even
correct.
some ales.
Yeah, back to the beer geekery. I think I have some 03 120 minute the
Wow.
first year. Yeah.
See, that would be cool just to try because it's now, 13, 14 years old at this point, 14 years.
Yes, or it might be dust in a bottle.
Yeah, exactly. IP dust.
No, it definitely.
So
yeah.
we've got 6 minutes on the Stress Factory clock. I need you guys to say plastic cup I'm in. So everybody say it right now. If you want a good night out at the Stress Factory, make sure you say that and make sure you're available on Friday night. And we'll get you to one of the shows. You have your choice of a 7:30 show or a 9:45 show. So get in on that. And I'm going to live the dream right now.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, sir.
Oh, wait, what's wrong with your beer?
Yeah, sip it up and enjoy.
Good job, evaporation.
So Jim, so John, so one of the things that I really enjoyed was the adjunct that you did to the Living the Dream, which was the Mayan Mocha version of it.
Oh.
So that one you had at the AC Beer Festival. And a little guilty pleasure that I did was I went there and then I tried about 5 or 6 other stouts and didn't like them anywhere near as much. So I did a little rotation around your booth for the next hour.
We remember.
Yeah. Oh, you remember? You remember me specifically. That's great. I did some. Yeah, I'm pretty identifiable. You can see me from a mile away, I guess. But I come walking up and I'm just like, hey, you got any more of that Mayan Mocha? Like it's some drug they're pushing me or something. But I loved it, and I just kept coming back until finally they told me it was tapped out, and that was like the saddest part of the night for me. But cheers to you for that one. That one was awesome.
Thank you. We actually do have about 4 kegs of that. One may pop up here and there, so just pay attention to that social media thing. But yeah, we may have one out there again someday soon. But yeah, that to us, that was one of the beers.
I would appreciate just a little quick heads up when that happens. And as long as I'm not working, I am there wherever it is.
A little head start?
Yes, a little head start. Just let me get in the car, get driving over there before the masses know about it.
Hey, fair enough.
My wife said, AJ, no hatchet throwing while intoxicated. So we went this past Thursday to Stumpy's Hatchet House.
Right.
And in all of their forward-thinking glory, they decided to do a bring-your-own beer hatchet-throwing place, which I think is the perfect combination, right? Because what could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
So we're throwing hatchets for a good 2 hours. AJ and I had this
Yeah.
booth to ourselves, and we're just blasting
It was
the
fun. It was
the
a lot of
bullseye.
fun.
It took us probably a good 20, 30 minutes to really get in our groove, but we were just blasting that bullseye the second half of the time. But AJ, I woke up for the next 2 days completely sore, and I probably threw it about 250, 300 times.
250, 300. And you were doing that double hand over. You
Yeah,
got
yes.
into that double hand overhand.
I was getting a good workout.
Right.
So what I did was I called the guy there and I said, hey, have you ever thought about doing like a workout program, like a half-hour intense, intense
really?
hatchet throwing thing? And he was like, yeah, we actually thought about it, and we did a little pitch for it, and it just didn't catch on. But people like you, he was like, we were saying it the whole time while you were going, look at this dude. He just keeps on fetching and throwing, fetching and throwing, fetching and throwing.
Slowing down.
No.
No stopping him.
Because
slowing down at all.
once I got into my groove and I
Yeah.
felt good, I just wanted to keep throwing the damn thing. So I was sore as hell the next day, but I said, I got to do this like 3 days a week and get my stamina up for throwing hatchets. But if you're ever in the Eatontown area,
Gotta do it. Gotta
and
do
you're
it
on
at least
Industrial
once, yeah.
Way, you got to go and you got to try the Stumpy's Hatchet House. So what I'm saying now is we're going to throw an Essential Guys event
Okay.
over at the Stumpy's Hatchet
You
House.
want to do that? We'll do
Yes.
an essential event?
So we're going to have like our first 40 people sign up, and people can grab booths, and we can have them bring their friends, and we'll have an entire place to ourselves, and we'll throw hatchets. Every single one of our crazy Essential Guys fans.
You got to get out there and do it just one time. And it's so funny because you pick it up for the first time and you throw it and it bounces off the ceiling and it's hitting the gate and you think, I'm never going to get this. And then all of a sudden you just straighten something out and it just starts happening.
Yep, and you hit the other person.
So what they do
And you
is
win.
They make you sign a waiver that basically says if you kill anybody or yourself, it's not our fault and you can't sue us for it. And they do a quick little instruction. What's up? I'm good. So they do a quick little instruction that teaches you one hand and two hand styles. And then also teaches you how to, throw it one at a time. And if it bounces and doesn't hit the wall, go to the other side. We're still not going to put metal on metal, so they don't want any of that kind of thing. But we had 2 people, which Mike said was the best way to be able to get a good workout.
I think so, yeah.
If you have 6 people, you can't get a good workout because you're sitting a lot.
Two of us there, you're really able to build your momentum, get in a zone. I think if you were
and get comfortable with your tossing.
Right.
You know?
It was all about momentum.
So we really enjoyed that. I drank a 13.5% barely legal, finally legal from Weyerbacher.
Oh, my.
And then I had a couple IPAs from Weyerbacher, too. But so by the second hour, I didn't know how much I was throwing the damn thing. I felt good. Went to sleep that night. And the next morning, I go to sit up out of bed. My abs are hurting. And I said to my wife, "Oh, my God, I'm hurting." And she goes, "That's all the hatchet throwing last night that you did." And I'm like, 3 days later, Jim House goes, "Windle smash." Exactly. That's the way I felt. I was throwing the things. Plastic cups, I'm in. Everybody, plastic cups, I'm in.
Speaking of Jim House, it seems like Jim's beautiful wife, Tracy Campbell House, is trying to recruit Jillian and Cakes and some of the other women to do a women's talk show, Women Tell All. It looks like that's going on in the comments tonight.
That's beautiful. So, guys, I want to let you know, seriously, Silverstream Media will offer this platform for any of you that are looking to have yourself a show. You're looking to talk to the masses, and guess what? I will be on the other side of things, and I will be in your comments, and I will support you in everything that you're doing. But if you want to come on, you want to talk about a product that you love, or you want to pitch your entrepreneurial endeavor, or you want to do something that is going to bring in some of your friends to enjoy on a Monday night or whatever night, I think you need to reach out to Silverstream Media, and you need to get yourself involved in doing this. Is this platform really cool or what?
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. This is so cool to come hang out with you guys every Monday
We've got
night.
green screens behind us. These are not bottles that are actually sitting here. I get so many questions saying, "Dude, do you have like a whole bunch of bottles behind you? And what are those things?" No, they're not like some quiet, distillery that we haven't yet announced and the labels aren't on them. These are actually just green screens here, and that's why we say don't bring green T-shirts, and then everybody brings green T-shirts, which is hysterical. So thank you all for supporting the program. It looks like Stress Factory is now done, so I'm going to give one more minute just to let you know. Say plastic cup, I'm in. If you want to in on the plastic cup, boys.
I'm in. Joey, get in there. Jimmy, get in there. Nuno, are you in? Is Nuno in?
Nuno, if you're not in, you're getting in. I'm just going to put you in, and
Nuno's
hopefully
in.
you can
Nikki,
be available.
you're in. You're coming to New Brunswick.
Nikki Benke? How's she flying into New Brunswick? All right, so 1 minute left. 1 minute. Say plastic cup, I'm in. If you want a fun night of VIP tickets from Stress Factory and you want to watch a comedy show, that's the place for you. John, it was
really
a lot
of fun there. Yeah,
a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
Looking
for coming.
forward to it.
I'm enjoying living the dream. So after you guys say bye-bye to us in a little bit, I'm going to keep drinking living the dream.
Actually, we did have that question I saw out there. David Hicks was asking what we're drinking. It is living the dream. Well, two of us are drinking living the dream. Imperial
AJ's
Stout.
been smelling some beer for the last hour.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm working on it.
His beer's actually re-fermented.
Yeah, there you go. He's actually having an aged version
He's distilling
of the
it.
Nelson.
I will tell you what, though. Let's see some thumbs. Let me see some thumbs, and I will put this down. How does that sound, John? You ready?
I'm in.
John's in on thumbs. PJ, let me see some thumbs.
Streaking on through. So everybody smash
Everyone
that like button.
Everyone
Smash the
out there,
thumbs
let
up.
Me see some shares. Let me see you smash the thumbs.
Look, you're seeing them.
They're coming
They're
now.
coming, everybody. And of course, there's some laughter going on as well, because that's the way people are being as well.
Here goes the thumbs, and here goes the beer.
Oh, no. You're not done yet.
No.
Oh, come on now.
Here we go. Salute.
So
Pressure's
John,
on.
he is not a seasoned vet at
Yeah.
all with the craft beer.
There we go.
AJ
Thank you.
AJ has literally drank more beer in the last 6 weeks than he has in his entire life.
Wow.
He's not a beer guy.
No doubt.
But what he is an entrepreneur supporter. So he supports the people that love the craft beer and create it with passion. So he has kind of taken and embraced our community here.
Amen.
So that's awesome.
So I have a random question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything goes.
Yes, I mean a very big enthusiast of ours has an issue with a mouse in his Subaru. So any ideas out there on how to get rid of a mouse that's actually inside of a Subaru Forester?
Yes, because I've had to catch them in my own garage before.
I feel like I'm in the middle of a joke here.
No.
And
I won't mention his name, but it's something like Dave or something like that. But
Is he a listener? I mean, is he Dave? Does it rhyme with Arton?
No. It's just David.
All right. So what I did, and I caught mice and all of his family and friends, and it was sad. But you know what? Pepperoni. Put it on a trap and put pepperoni down.
What is this, Peppino the Italian mouse?
Yes. They love it. They love it. So I guarantee you pepperoni, and they're gonna gobble it up. So let's say Jave Barton, if you're listening. If that's you, so then go ahead and AJ thinking the same, waiting on the punchline. Jim House said.
I'm in the middle of this, Jim.
So guys, I'm gonna do one more minute for Plastic Cups. I'm in. If you want a great comedy show, VIP tickets with food, with drink, with all of the above, you're gonna want to get in. So say Plastic Cups. I'm in. It's at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick. Let's get in on it. So everybody.
Joey Arico says flamethrower, and then Billy Lavery finishes it with burn the car down to the ground.
Or sell it. Sell it so the other people can. Oh, Dave Martin says it's not me, so that's hysterical.
Bill says it rhymes with DiGiorno.
DiGiorno. That's a hard name to rhyme. So I guess what was it? Whoever it is, put pepperoni down on
pepperoni
a trap.
and a trap.
Pepperoni on a trap.
Pepperoni on the trap.
Oh, and by the way, the trap that you're gonna want. If you look on Amazon, and
Wow,
you just
really did this.
Yes, I'm telling you. It is a black little trap that they say is the apple of mouse traps. It is the most efficient way to catch a mouse ever. And
so it costs like 7,000 times more than all the other traps.
Yeah, I mean you'd think so if it was the apple of mouse traps.
Then if you put the food on shuffle, it plays the same food all the time.
It makes the mouse dance, and then it gets his head chopped off. But if you look up the apple of mouse traps, I guarantee that you find it. But yes, pepperoni on a mouse trap.
This is what Essential Guy Talk has come to.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to find
killing
out.
gerbils and
Let's see
mice.
what we got here.
Let's see. Plastic cups. Nikki, are you flying to New Jersey for Friday if you get in on that plastic cups, or do you know some people? It looks like we've got a couple. And
got a couple over there.
All right, so here we go. We're
feeding pepperoni to mice.
Yeah.
I downed it. My glass is empty. Now leave that there. That's good for tonight.
Oh, here, the rest of your beer.
That's clear beer.
The rest of my H2O beer.
All right. So our name is coming.
Thanks. As he's pulling that up, but guys,
and we didn't fix it, but Nuno Rodriguez, you are the winner. So congratulations to you. Let's get a round of applause for Nuno.
Wow.
Friday night, Nuno and his wife and a couple of friends are going to go check out the Plastic Cup Boys. Congratulations to you. I think that's poetic justice because he helped us out all episode.
Tonight, right? Karma's been in full effect here. But guys, don't forget, we still have the other set for Saturday night. So again, Mike, I don't know if you can put that up real quick. For Saturday night's tickets, guys, you're going to go to www.essentialguytalk.com/stress-factory-contest. Jump in on there. We have another 4 tickets, and that is for Saturday night.
All right.
DJ, when is Val Kilmer going to be at the Stress Factory?
Val Kilmer is going to be at the Stress Factory on Sunday.
Sunday night. That's right.
So, guys, if you want to see Val Kilmer do a one-man play, this is the coolest thing ever. I've never seen anything done like this.
Yeah.
So, an A-list celebrity is now doing a one-man play.
He's Batman.
Exactly. And he is doing it at the Stress Factory on Sunday night. It is a Mark Twain-style one-man play.
Right.
So you're going to want to check out their calendar, buy tickets to go see Val Kilmer. This is what you want to do on Sunday night. It's going to be a really, really cool show. So Val Kilmer, Sunday night.
And we talked about it before. The Stress Factory is such an unbelievable place to go see a show. I mean, you really feel like you're getting away from it all. You feel like you're in a kind of like a secret club that
Keith
only a few
Kalea
people know about.
Keith Kalea says great venue. He actually went to one of our shows.
Yep,
and he got to
won
enjoy
tickets
that.
a few weeks back.
So
He
cheers
went
to you,
out.
Keith, and he uploaded pictures of that. So that's awesome.
So again, remember, guys, it's www.essentialguy.com/stress-factory-contest. That's for the Plastic Cup Boys for
You
Saturday
can see it on the
night.
picture in the top left-hand corner right there.
4 tickets were given away, and then Sunday night, get over to the Stress Factory and catch Val Kilmer, a one-man show. That's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, guys. So thank you so much again for joining us this evening. John Companick, thank you so much from Spellbound. We really enjoyed having you on the program.
Thanks so much, guys.
We are literally living the dream right now. I'm enjoying every sip of this. So thank you very much. We're going to see what you guys have to offer in the near future, and we'll have you back.
Thank you so much, and hopefully if you guys get out to the brewery, we can maybe egg Matt Kennedy, who's been with us pretty much since the beginning, to maybe get his guitar out and sing a little songs on next Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, the one that we start open. Or
Wow,
we actually open.
Tracy Campbell House, you are getting a special donation from Nuno Rodriguez. So guess what? Tracy Campbell House is now going to the Plastic Cups Boys event at the Stress Factory via Nuno.
That is
So
Friday night, Tracy.
See how cool our audience is? So we had Nuno that won, and then he goes and beers it forward. If we use our term.
It's a thing. Yeah.
So Nuno has now sent it forward to Tracy Campbell House, which means that Jim House, if you're available, will now be going to see this awesome comedy show. So congratulations. Dave Martin, thank you guys for an awesome show. Thank you for making awesome beer, John.
Yep, there
So
you go,
cheers
John.
so
to
much.
you.
Thanks so much for coming down. Thanks so much
John
for the prizes.
Verdensky says, awesome show again. John Companick, that guy in the comments says, thanks, Dave. That's awesome. That guy's a cool guy. So love Spellbound. Thanks, guys. Jim House goes, word with a question mark. Yes, you are now going to a comedy show on
Jim,
Friday
you go to the
night,
Stress
buddy.
Factory.
Yes,
So,
Stephanie.
thank Nuno. Say in the comments, thank you, Nuno, and we are going to send you the information. Congratulations. Stephanie Soden says, welcome. Awesome show tonight, guys. See you at the Battleship Fest if you're there, John.
Oh, let Nikki know that definitely we'll get a glass.
Oh, that's
we'll have
awesome.
an
Nikki,
extra
you're
one.
getting
Yeah.
a glass,
Yeah.
Nikki. So John is now becoming our honorary Oprah for the night. He is giving out glasses to people that didn't even win it in the contest. So cheers to you, Nikki. We'll get you a glass. Joey Orico, AJ, you coming over? Question mark. Jim House, I'll tell her. Nikki Benke, I always have fun here with you guys. Have a good night. So thank you again. We just want to summarize once again. Thank you to Cluck U of Eatontown. We want to say thank you to Jersey Mike's for all of the food. We appreciate it. Thank you to Spellbound and John Companick individually, but all of the owners of Spellbound, thank you so much for participating. And we will be back next week. We will be back on the 19th with Kevin from Dark City Brewery. And next week, fingers crossed, we will have Vinny Brand from the Stress Factory himself.
You want to talk about Ethereum?
I do want to, just for one moment, I want to talk to you guys about Ethereum. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want all of my fans out there that are watching the show to make money. Now, I have made in the last month and a half over, $800 or something. And by making small investments in a cryptocurrency, which is basically like digital gold. That's the way I call it. So if you guys are looking for stocks or things like that to put your money in, don't look at stocks. Type in the word Ethereum, Ethereum. Now, we're going to put some things up on the screen. One is going to be a 1 day in the life of Ethereum. So this is 1 day right here. Look at this mountain that is growing in the last day. Ethereum at the time yesterday when I took the picture was $247.23. Now, to just give you a perspective on that, a month ago, it was worth $80.
Wow.
A month and 2 weeks ago, it was worth $45. So what I did was I put $80 in on Ethereum a month and a half ago. It is now worth $247 a piece. So that's times 2. That's 500 and change. Almost 500 just for those 2 Ethereum that I bought. So guys, I don't want you to invest based on my suggestion. What I want you to do is type in the word Ethereum and say, what is it? Learn about it. Digital currency is all the rage right now. It is where people are putting their money that are thinking about doing stocks. The escalation in value that you're going to see in the money that you invest is so fast that you could end up doubling and tripling and quadrupling your money in mere months. The prospect of what this Ethereum could be in the next 10 years is $110,000 per coin. So I've got 4.6 Ethereum. If I get 10 or 15 and I put it away and I just forget that I even have it, in 10 years, in 5 years, it may be worth 50 grand. But if you've ever heard of Bitcoin, this is the same concept as Bitcoin, but hopefully is going to be available to do purchasing on contracts for houses and for cars and things like that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If you could throw the month view up there, Mike, just to give people an idea of the growth in the last month. Look at that.
Right there.
It was stagnant for a little while because nobody knew what the hell it was. Then JP Morgan put their stamp of approval behind it. And now in the last month, that mountain has climbed twice. And it is about to explode into the stratosphere. So I'm not telling you what to do. I am not a financial guy, so I'm not telling you based on my years of financial experience. All I'm telling you is type into Google, what is Ethereum, and read what it is and what it is looking to project to do. At the end of the day, Joey Orico, no Budweiser stock options. Yeah, no thank you to that one. I'd rather take a loss than ever invest in Budweiser. But basically, just do some investigation. Check it out. See what you think. And at the end of the day, you may decide. You don't have to go in for one either. You don't have to buy $247 worth. You could buy $100 worth. And then if you get an extra $50, buy $50 worth. So the program that I use is Coinbase, Coinbase. You can put it on your phone. You can just watch and see how it grows. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, maybe you want to make some money. At the end of the day, in 10 years, when we're doing this from our yacht in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean,
Drinking Spellbound.
and drinking Spellbound, that I am getting mailed to me from Jim Companick, who's on his yacht, and he's sending it on over to me via carrier pigeon or however the hell I'm getting it. I want you guys to all be able to say in the comments, Ethereum, I'm in. So guys, cheers to you. Thank you so much for watching the show. We appreciate all of your support. And AJ, you got anything for anybody out there?
I just want to thank everybody. Great hanging out with you, and we'll see you next week. Thanks so much, John.
Thank you so much. And again, it was a lot of fun, and can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, you're welcome back anytime you want, John. Thank you very much. Cheers. So good to be back. Thank you. Take care.